Good evening and welcome to the Wednesday edition of the Gardiner Report. The date is February 15th, 2012, and I'm your host, the one and only Sarah Devon Gardiner. Breaking news this week, the first genetically modified human being is making waves on Toronto's basketball team, the Raptors, taking us one step closer to the once fictionalized Gattaca reality. Jeremy Lin, a Harvard graduate, proves that when genes are scientifically altered, Asians are not only good at math, electronics, and classical music, but other things too. Yesterday, the Conservative government introduced new legislation whereby police may survey internet activity and track cell phone signals without a warrant. A representative of the party says that the new bill will be no different from using a phone book to access information. Critics of the liberty-infringing policy wonder then, why don't police just use a phone book? Perhaps because you'd have to helicopter one in. Public Safety Minister Vic Taves defends the bill by highlighting that such measures are being implemented to curb online child pornography. The children, of course, an excellent reason to forfeit civil liberties, as we've already outused the dreaded T word, terrorism. Terrorism is no longer a good excuse to forfeit liberties. Thus, somebody must please think of the children. Also on the Harper agenda, the Conservative government is making an attempt to standardize criminal sentencing across the nation. A move to crack down on crime, this would mean longer jail terms for minor offenses and a push-button approach to dealing with those that break the law. Given current weak economic climates and having cut federal taxes 2 years ago, the Tory government would like to see more people in jail, the rich richer, but isn't sure where the approximate $15,000 a year would come from to house these offenders. A political insider reports that Mr. Harper is looking to take a page out of our monarch's book, but since Australia is now considered an equal commonwealth and not all of its citizens criminals, our source lets us know that he has his sights on sending our criminals to Greenland. As no one is really sure if there are any inhabitants of the large cold island, we asked neighboring country's Icelandic pop singer Björk what she thought of sending Canada's criminals to the country. While Björk wasn't available for an on-camera interview, a spokesperson let us know that upon hearing of the idea, she literally laid an egg. Moving towards local news, Toronto Mayor Rob Forbes has been caught having buried a report suggesting that the proposed Shepherd subway line would not be economically viable as jobs, ridership, and office development is low. While most men prefer having their large tube-shaped objects seen by as many people as possible, the buried report, like the buried transit system, suggests a deep shame around the size and shape of the city's mobility. We hope that as the mayor loses physical and emotional weight over the coming months, his perspective becomes proportional as he begins to exercise healthier political practices. This has been the Wednesday edition of the Gardiner Report, live from my living room, because if you don't laugh, you'll cry. Thank you and good night.